All right, on the bench tonight, we are installing the battery mount in the 2025 XRAY XB2 Carpet Edition. I love XRAY. I can't stand the battery mount. I haven't found one that I like better. It works. I hate messing around with it. Every time you turn the tabs, eventually the screw loosens up and then the nut loosens up, and it just requires constant fiddling. Maybe other people have figured out ways to make it work without constant attention, but it drives me nuts. I tried one of the rubber band one that holds it down, but the tabs broke on it. It was a 3D printed one, so maybe I just need to invest in a better one. So I'm going to install the stock one because we're building this, just pretty much as it came. And yeah, we'll see. I'm sure I can get by with it. I am going to cheat a little bit with the driver because of these super long screws that we need. These are 25mm screws. I use a standard size battery, so we're going to mount this with in this orientation with the tab in the higher position. So we're going to go ahead and screw that right through there. And I'm going to put that on low speed because this actually builds up a little bit of heat. And I don't want to melt the plastic. Ooh, I can feel that already. I'll give that a second to cool off. Maybe this is another reason I don't like it. And we're going to leave just a couple millimeters of space at the top. That looks pretty good. All right, so we've got that screw through there, and then we've got this locking nut, and we're just gonna screw that pretty much all the way up. We know that we're gonna put thread that down to help it stay, if we can get this thing on and all. There we go. So we'll screw that thing right up to the top. All right, we'll do the same thing on the other side. Again, for the standard pack, just make sure that you got the tab in the right direction. Yowza. In theory, I think this battery mount works. It's just when you're using it every week, I think it just isn't the best. I know that XRAY makes aftermarket carbon fiber mounts, but the system is the same. On my short course truck, which is an Associated, I do have a inline battery relocation kit, so it doesn't use their kind of standard mount. I actually like that one a lot. All right, so these are the mounts that control the position of the battery in the chassis. You'll notice that if you look closely, there's a little dot here, and that will let you know which way you're mounting the battery. You want to make sure that it's the same on both sides. So in the instructions, it looks like we are going to mount this with that little dot in the forward position, and this 8mm screw is going to go in the first space, the first hole. And you can see there's a corresponding space right there that it goes into in the side guard. So that's going to go there. We'll snug that right down. And then this piece that we just assembled is going to go into the, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4. So 1, 2, 3, 4, which corresponds with that second hole in the side guard. 1, 2, 3, 4. And I'm going to cheat on that. come back to this later once I actually have batteries to mount and adjust the height of that. It's kind of sticking up funny. What's up with that? I screwed that in too far. Good Lord. So much for being careful on that, huh? All right. All right, here we go. The other side, same deal. We're gonna go with the 8 millimeter screw in the first hole, lined up with that first hole in the side guard. And then on this side, we're gonna be a little more careful about not screwing that down too far. It might be, I mean, they give us a lot of specifications in the manual. It might not be a terrible idea to give us, for a standard battery pack, how much exposed thread do you need. Might be helpful. All right, and this is gonna go in the fourth hole over. And that looks about the same as the other side. So there we go. We have our battery mount mounted in the buggy. This holder screw in that first space. The long screw with the locking nut. I'm not adjusting that right now, but if you're familiar with X-ray kits, you know that you're just gonna back that lock nut down to hold the screw in place. Obviously tighten it up a little bit so that when you're turning the tab to take the battery in and out, the screw doesn't move. So again, not my favorite setup, but so be it. It does do the job. And again, if you have a battery mount system that you like better than the factory X-ray, please let me know in the comments.